Hey everybody, welcome back. It's chess. The crowd chants chess, 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 chess. A lot of people ask me, why do you play the closed Sicilian? Because in the opening, I don't know what I'm doing. I simply, I play what feels right. I don't have any broader wisdom than that. Trust me when I say I wish that I did. I wish I did. What happens if you just do this? What happens if you just annoy this knight out of there? He goes there, huh? Delightfully devilish, Seymour. Then we run a little distraction game. And then he takes that, and we lose a pawn. Yeah, okay. So that doesn't seem amazing. But what you don't know is that you've just turned the closed Sicilian into the open Sicilian, which I am 25 times stronger in. I have a one. I'm always annoyed when somebody actually calculates the opening instead of just using their pattern matching brain and going like, this looks like it would be. This looks like the position looks right. It's a muscle that at present I'm unwilling to train. But you don't have to resign being down by a pawn this early. I see what you're doing here, and I know you're up by a pawn. I probably shouldn't be swapping, but the swap just feels right here. Unless I don't see what you're doing, because I mean obviously that's a little vulnerable. But we just follow up with something like this, I would say, and then maybe they play knight to here. Which point we would cross that bridge when we came to it. I mean, we could always play this. That seems to open my king side up for limited reason, though. It's like this prevents that, which is nice. We also want to prevent this. I mean, prevent is maybe not the right way. If you go, you know what? Start there. Then they play bishop here. Bishop there. Oh, they're preventing me from castling. I was thinking I was on a different wavelength. Let me cover this move because it scares me. And let me figure out what the heck I'm going to do. Because I'm very frightened right now. I'm scared. I'm going to push that down. That is not a pin. Looks like a pin, but is not a pin. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Because you get captured by the bishop. I mean, honestly, if you wanted to trade queens, I think I would consider this amenable. I don't think it makes us stronger, but I think it, like stronger than them, but I think it makes us stronger than we are right now because this position is a little spooky for me. They got a lot of guns downfield. And if they don't take it, then it forces them back either to here or to here because they have to protect the knight. It's not much, but it's honest work. Now, if we were to attack our opponent, we don't want to castle queenside because their open column here is going to destroy us. I guess you castle kingside if you get that bishop out of there. Otherwise, maybe you just play this and you start trying to stack up rooks to attack on the e-file. If they're not going to, let's say they play this. How do I respond? I'm tempted to play like this and force the issue a little bit further by putting my knight in a spot to get this bishop out of there so eventually we can castle. They are now taking long enough that I'm wondering if perhaps their internet has just died. In which case, I would happily take my victory. I'll take what I can get. It's not an honorable way of playing chess, but it's something. They swapped, okay. Ironically now, because they're down on time, I want to complicate the position as much as possible. I want them to be forced to puzzle out every single move. Still don't want to castle queenside. It's just this open file scares me too much. They push down with this pawn. I got to move my bishop somewhere. I'm basically playing scumbag ball right now. Keep them on the clock. Don't give them a chance to reconcile. Don't give them a chance to trade the game down to simplicity. All I'm going to say in my own defense, if this ends up being a situation where we time them out or they make a bad move because of the... which might have just happened maybe. Let's see. Give me a quick hit there. Because if they take the bishop, then this is a... it's not really a huge fork. But we're forcing... okay, we're forcing them to puzzle this out. You probably choose to lose a rook in exchange for a knight rather than lose a bishop for nothing. Oh, never mind. Well, the bishop's still under attack. They put me in check. The bishop's now no longer under attack. They're better than me. They're simply swifter. They're a better gamer. We take a bishop. Oh, but then my knight is definitely lost because this gets opened up. Okay, we got saved. Merciful. Keep him on the back foot, brother. 13 seconds. You got to keep him on the back foot. All I'm going to say in my own defense is that the clock is a weapon. Like, the more time you have, the more likely you are to come up with a good move. That's why, like, well, okay, I mean, that was honestly, like, kind of an amazing move from my opponent. But where are you going? Where are you going? Put the pressure on him. The clock matters, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I don't want to take it. They're doing a good job of hanging in there. Like, this could be like a Herculean victory. You never know. We should be taking our time as well, probably. I moved back one space. I move away from the mic to breathe in. A lot of people don't know that about me. You got to take here. Very true. Very true. And then I'm thinking I want my king here, actually. They've timed out. Listen, they played a better game than me, but if you don't want to deal with time constraints, and then when you get flagged, you want to... and he didn't even say this, okay? If you want to play... if you want to get flagged and be like, that's not fair, then don't play 3 minutes with 2-minute increments, okay? Go play classical chess and then manage your time throughout the game. The time is a factor here. You're basically saying, are you going to be smart and take a little bit more time and risk running out of time? Or are you going to willfully be a little bit stupid and just, yeet caution to the wind? I'm not saying we played better. We got a better result. It happens sometimes. So we were like in a devastating position. This was not good. This was bad from the get-go. Ironically, I'd have to get... it was probably just a situation where, like, his kids started crying, so he had to leave for a minute. And I'm like, you really need to learn how to manage your clock, Buster. Okay, do not play h3. I was trying to play h3 to stop this, but you know what? Maybe it's just bad. My other moves that I was thinking of was bishop to e3. It's even worse. You could develop a piece while winning tempo on a knight. Queen to e2? Well, okay. This game was close to balance, but now your opponent has a winning position. We should have taken the bishop then. Okay. This is where we threw. We had a win here. You ignored an opportunity to... I'm going to say that the best move there was probably that. Taking the free bishop rather than stacking our bishops on the... That's a bit of a rookie mistake. Turns out I didn't play a great game. I got an 1150 rating. You allowed the opponent to fork your pieces by doing this. Did I? I played c4. What should I have played? Maybe king to f3? Okay. You're going to end up losing a pawn. Instead of playing that, you play king to e2. Sometimes it's just about playing not great moves. Or not the best moves, but good moves. Moves that are not bad, I guess is what I'm trying to say. That's another possibility. That doesn't hurt you much, but it doesn't help you either. King to f2. Did I already try that? Give me a hint. With this pawn up one, I never would have considered that, but fair enough. All right, we did not play a great game there, but we did win. And, there's sometimes we play a great game, we make one mistake and we lose. Or we get into clock trouble and we lose as a result of that. So, just the way of the world, man. This is the London system. Not sure if you're familiar with the London system. I feel like they were moving at quite a prodigious pace. We have a pretty symmetrical position. Because when in doubt, just aim for symmetry, I suppose. If I take, you have to take back. With the pawn. Well, interesting. I don't know if it's good or bad. How scuffed are you willing to go here? Because I'm willing to get pretty scuffed, brother. I'm just going to say it. So we'll start here. Fair enough. I'm willing to get pretty scuffed. Drop me right there. It's just a weird looking game. We haven't traded any pawns, but we've traded a bunch of pieces. This bishop's in trouble. This was a sneaky move. This bishop is now trapped. Now that is basically... I did something you should never do if you're good at chess. So maybe that's my admission of being bad. What did I do? I made a move that was like, maybe my opponent won't see it, and then they didn't. And then I immediately lost my own bishop. Okay, so you know what? Hubris is a funny thing sometimes. We threaten mate in one. We do not castle queenside yet. We push this pawn. I was just going to say we want the queen out of there. Just give it a sec. How's the material? They're up by 1 pawn. Brother, I'm not taking that deal. This is the worst trade deal in the history of deals. Do you feel like if I were a betting man, I would prefer I would prefer my opponent's position? Think you can see why that is? Oh, I can't castle. I want a castle! Okay, so our attack fell apart. You know what? This is almost as... It might even be better than castling. Because we're closer to the center in the event of an endgame. Joins our rooks. Toss in something like this. I mean, if I were them... I feel like you get your queen here. It scares me a little bit. Oh, but then maybe I do something like that. And listen, we got to think about it, okay? Let me put it this way. The difference between castling and non-castling doesn't seem like that much to me. Okay, so you're protecting your pawn. You're also getting into this space right here. In this case, I'm inclined to say that maybe castling is actually better. This pawn becomes omega weak, though. Okay, they really want to trade queens. And, I mean, can you blame them? Have you seen my queen? We want to put a threat on this pawn while also threatening to come here and having moved the rook here cause problems for them. So we're right back in there on materiel now. They're up by 1 pawn. I would still rather be them than me. Just goes to show you, anybody can make a mistake. I love this move because it just, it forces you to go there, and now your rooks are not joined anymore, which is like, is very valuable for me. So they'll probably, if I were them, I would probably try to trade queens again, and then we can stack up over here. Like where are you going? Where are you going, though? You're taking this pawn. I'd rather you didn't. Then they go here, and I'm in a world of hurt. I'm not in a world of hurt. Listen, okay? I go here, they go here, check. I go here, they go there, they take my pawn. Maybe it is a world of hurt. Start me off here, they move back here, then I move up. Or maybe even just move up here so I'm covering this square. But not that, well, they went there anyway. Pretty smart. Pretty smart move. Now I have to I have to threaten something more severe. Like this seems fine, but I want to keep my rooks able to be doubled a little bit. I think you start there, unless I've miscalculated something. Not likely. My rook is under threat. Okay, well then I'm gonna make you do it. I got 47 seconds left. If you want to play for the draw as white, oh, I give you the pawn. Oh, wait a minute. It's not, all's not lost. You take, I go here. Rook is covered by the queen. Cover the pawn anyway. Now we start the great unwinding process. Am I crazy? Maybe I'm crazy. I'm not covering the rook anymore. I'm making a mental note of the fact that I'm not covering this rook anymore. Their rook going to here, no, basically causes them a world of hurt. Honestly, like, no. Oh, but if I don't take it, you take my pawn? This is like the move of the game right now. It's the most important move of the game. I think you have to take. But I'm proud of myself because we waited until we got equal on material to do the trade. I'm normally way too trade happy. I would absolutely love it. I would be over the moon if you took this. Look at how hemmed in you are. You don't want any part of this. 25 seconds left. The past pawns are driving me a little crazy, don't get me wrong. But I think like take here, rook here stops the king from coming in support. Double the rooks up first. That's just science. We need to keep the support here. I think we're in a losing position. I know it keeps flip-flopping. They've made a move. Pretty good one by my standards, sure. Now's the time to get some time back. I see what happens here. They take. I can't take back, but I can take with check, which is a higher priority. It's messy. It's a messy game, but I'm up by a pawn now. And we're clawing the time back. Just keep some ice in your veins, okay? Where are you going? We go right back to the check. To the check. To this. We threaten mate next. You got to puzzle your way out of it. Time is not on your side. They got to check. I don't care. Find a way out of mate in one. Okay. They did. It's going to be a little messy. As we get to the end here, I want to make sure I'm covering my pawns because we have a distinct advantage in the pawn department. 9 seconds. We get checked. Okay, check is not threatening in it. I had to go here. Sorry, I meant to right-click on this. I had to go here. That's a colossal mistake. There's no review necessary. I blundered mate in one. That hurts. Holy cow, the Reti opening. With the fianchettoed bishop. Is nothing sacred in chess anymore? Used to be an E4, E5 sort of town. Now everybody's like, hey, check out the Case Schiller Gambit I just learned on youtube.com/GothamChess. This actually looks pretty standard, really. Where are we going? Ooh, they don't want me to push down the fianchetto bishop. That just makes me want to push down the fianchetto bishop even more. You should know that. That being said, I don't know what to do. So, this is where doing nothing is pretty dumb. Two fianchetto bishops kind of driving me crazy, by the way. We need to cover this or move it. Brother, I think, I don't know. I resign. I resign because I don't want to play you. I'm gonna block you off even knowing it creates an outpost for your knight, okay? Because then I want to move my knight to be able to move this pawn up and maybe... Yeah, what did we say? What did we say was going to happen? They still can't take this. They have to move. If you want to go on a... Oh, they could take my bishop. Did I miss the part where that's my problem? I think I did. My dark square bishop, not that strong right now. They didn't expect me to force their hand. I mean, I feel like you take the bishop all day, every day here. But then, yeah, okay, they're going to castle kingside. I'm probably going to join them in that fruitful endeavor. I just want to get some board coverage over here. I feel like a strong move for us is like queen d2 or d7 or d6 and get ready to push down like this pawn. I don't know where you think you're going with that one. Maybe you're going here. That doesn't really scare me. I know I'm going to be castling kingside anyway. Let's start with the threat. And we have to keep coverage on this pawn. I guess you just push this, right? And then I can decide if I want to give up this bishop for 2 pawns on the king side. Well, they're not even interested. Okay, so we're going to pop this down. That way they can't play queen here and like threaten the... It's quite an interesting game so far. A little technique involved. I'm surprised I'm not... Well played. The fianchetto bishop. Didn't even think about it. Didn't even enter into my wheelhouse as a possibility that it could all be gone so fast. Definitely missing a lot of those. That's what I mean, by the way, when I say like, when you're getting back into chess, I know it looks, I see what's happening there. You're gonna go here, right? I know it looks idiotic to be making mistakes like that. But it takes a while to like re-spool the chess framework in your brain. You got to be checking for that stuff on every move. I'm not making excuses. I'm a 1300. As a 1300, if I can make those mistakes, you can make those mistakes. Sometimes I get people in my chat that are like, how is he making these mistakes? I'm 800 and I don't make these mistakes. Then why are you an 800? I'm a 1300 because I make these mistakes. If I didn't make these mistakes, who knows? The sky's the limit. How could you possibly be an 800 in this situation? It boggles the mind. The rest of your moves must be absolutely god-awful. Okay, we game. Frick it, we ball. We are up by 3. That seems good. Definitely kingside castle. I think they might have done the same thing that I often do and simply not calculated the attack, which I have no choice but to respect. We have no choice but to stand. Brother, I don't know if you want to deal with this. Well, we'll just take this first. You knew that was coming. We got tons of time. We're up by 4 in material. We really shouldn't sweat it. There's no way for me to defend this pawn. I can defend it once, but as soon as they move a bishop over, like it's over for me. I could move rook here. Then the problem with moving rook here is that they, like where the bishop covers it, they win this pawn or they win this pawn anyway. So I think what we'd be looking for is actually like this. Take the pawn of your choice. We'll counter by taking this pawn. No, we won't. We'll lose our bishop instead. I'm not very smart. Fair enough. We're still up by 1. Right, guys? We're still up by 1. We're so back. So they got this beauty passed pawn here, which I think we should cover. They're going to try to get their king up, which is very understandable. And we're going to do the same. This is, I don't know if this is good. It just, I'm guilty of the same thing I accuse other people of not being aware of, which is like a check with no value, like doesn't do it. A check that doesn't accomplish something for you is not a high value move. But here I am trying it anyway. This pawn looks like it's probably toast, like no matter what I do. Unless maybe I play this. You go here. Now I go here. And I start pushing this bad boy. I'd rather you didn't take... But then if you just move there... Okay, you win a pawn out of this regardless. And then I think I'm bad. Wait, what am I doing? That seemed like a mistake on my opponent's level. I think now, how are they going to stop my pawn from getting to the end? I don't think they should have traded rooks. I think they had a great thing going. They need to get in front of this pawn, which means I can use... Oh, but how am I going to stop this pawn? The check is not great here, I think. It's amazing how confidently I've made like a lot of mistakes in this game. Obviously, this check is like really bad for me because they take my rook for free. But now we've taken their pass pawn. Work with me. Check. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I'm really smart, actually. I'm not stupid. I'm really smart. Wait a minute. Because it all comes down to, like, to this. They can get a passed pawn. I mean, I don't think this is a complicated endgame. As I have the passed pawns, I should hold the power. But I might be making an error here. And by might, I mean like probably am. You have to take. Now their pawn is like better than my pawn. This feels like a draw to me now. Because I just want to do this over and over. Maybe it's not a draw. Maybe they have enough space because I moved my pawn up too much. I think they've outpuzzled me. And for that, I have to give them some credit. Or maybe I move my king down to help me make the push here. What's happening? I feel like I can kind of force a draw. We're both one away. Neither of us can promote. They can promote better than I can. Like if they promote, I take, they recapture, and then I promote, and I'm in a better position. So they definitely can't promote. So what do? And now, I mean, if... Oh, no, wait. They take with the king, of course. Well, oh, we went straight for the draw. Okay, well, fair enough. I think we played some good games here. Definitely some blunders, but we played some good games as well. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button, of course. Helps out a great deal. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future. I'll see you next time. See ya!